How's it going, ladies and Bruces? I'm Bobby Six Killer, and today I come to you to talk about yet another topic close to my heart, and that is the honourable and sincere business practices of Square Enix. Now this one's a bit difficult for me because I like Final Fantasy and many other franchises from their now copious repertoire, but until 2009, Square was known primarily as the guys that make Final Fantasy and a few other JRPG games derived from the basic Final Fantasy formula, which, although successful, doesn't attribute their ascension to the throne as a dominant developer and publisher. Emphasis on publisher. Now, the big change that came in 2009 was the annexation of Eidos Interactive, a company who held some of the most renowned and successful franchises in gaming history, including, but not limited to, Tomb Raider, Hitman, Deus Ex, Thief, Just Cause, and Legacy of Kain. And I'm not saying they haven't done the franchises justice. Some are better. For example, the first Just Cause was original, but about as appealing as half a can of dog food watered down with piss, while Just Cause 2 takes the big budget AAA mentality and runs with it. I don't know why, but I just can't get sick of figuring out new and creative ways to maim people like a Bond villain. Then there's Legacy of Kain, that they drop like a rotten hot potato drizzled with cold jizz. And no, Nosgoth does not count. Okay, I'm not really here to talk about Square's development, especially since they don't really develop any of these franchises. Most are developed by Eidos, which is admittedly owned by Square, but I'd just like to point out that Square said they wouldn't tamper with in-house affairs, but since 2010, Square has published all games made by Eidos Interactive under Square's name, with no mention of Eidos. That's tampering like your wife did with the brakes in your car that one time. More, I would like to talk about their publishing of said games. Now, I've made a similar point in my Ubisoft video, and I still believe that Ubisoft are the worst game company in general. But as a publisher, none come close to the depths of depravity Square will go to make some easy money, even including pulling in Nintendo and reselling the same game to you over and over on increasingly newer systems. For example, Final Fantasy VI is available on SNES, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, Windows, Android, and iOS. Other publishing transgressions include cutting up lovingly crafted games for DLC, pre-order bonuses, and microtransactions. I'm sure we all remember the shitstorm that came out of that wonderful augment your pre-order thing for Mankind Divided. It's like taking a magnificent roast chicken dinner and stuffing it with dog shit, or buying a Ferrari and hanging pink fuzzy dice from the rearview mirror. Alright, I'd like to talk about greedy microtransaction-laden mobile games for a moment. And I think it would be appropriate to start with the infamous Final Fantasy All the Bravest, which is like a Pokemon game if you had to throw your wallet at every Pokemon to catch them. Next we go to the mobilization of all the popular Eidos franchises, and we can start with Deus Ex The Fall, which is like normal Deus Ex after passing through the digestive system of a goose. Next is the ingeniously titled Hitman Go, Deus Ex Go, and Lara Croft Go, which gives you the sense that naming them was just word association test for a room full of orangutans, and are of course stocked to the brim with spicy microtransactions. I was actually not aware of this until doing research for this video, but Square Enix not only publishes Ubisoft games in Japan, but also had a partnership with EA called, get this, Square Electronic Arts. Man, the savant in the naming office has been busy. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think that Square Enix are actually the headquarters for the gaming division of some square-shaped version of the Illuminati or something. But that's silly. Or is it? Video games is the only industry that sellers call the shots, not the customers. It's a world gone topsy-turvy. The only other time you can be openly hostile to customers is if you work for the government. These publishers are like petulant children. They continue to push the boundaries until a vocal majority push back. Then they're oh so fucking remorseful, a la Microsoft, we'll get to you later, until everyone's back is turned, at which point they draw all over the walls and take a shit in your houseplant. So in conclusion, keep making great games, Square Enix. Just please stop taking a huge shit all over them from your square anus before putting them on store shelves. Now where do I sign up to augment my pre-order?